This is great.
Welcome to the hotel room of Jeff Cavanaugh and Dave Helman. Where I bet we could kind of back up a little bit even.
This is a high-class operation. I got a headset on. I can do whatever I want to.
You can go wherever you want. I'm just worried about, is his voice going to bleed through my mic? Everybody, you guys just let us know how this thing sounds and if there's anything we need to do about it, okay? You guys just let us know. But just know.
Oh, well, putting the that didn't sound good.
Is that loud?
Yeah, it felt very loud.
Hi, everyone. It's us, and we're really glad you're here. We have a practice recap for you from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. And I want to thank the sponsors, the peoples who actually got me here, which is the Ben and Skin Show on 97.1 The Eagle and DFW, my dear, dear friends. They helped me to get here. They did 2 to 5. I'm on at 4:15 every day, Central Time there with the Ben and Skin Show. And they kick ass. It's the best version of their show ever. They used to be my teammates at the Fan. And now I'm helping them out at the Eagle. You can listen to them on the iHeartRadio app if you don't live in DFW and all those good things. So shout out to my guys, Ben and Skin, 2 to 5 on the Eagle. And shout out to my guy, Ziggy, the one and only Ziggy.com. I think I added the word the. I think it's just one and only Ziggy.com. Let me see. Oh, I'm hitting buttons. Oh, my God.
You are. Stop pressing 9.
I'm not meaning to.
Stop pressing 9.
We are in a very condensed space trying to make things work. Yeah. Okay.
One and only Ziggy.com.
One and only Ziggy.com, where you can get kick-ass art like the Doc Holliday thing that he made for me, and you can get it on the cheap because he's an affordable man. He's sweet. Okay, so everybody, let us know if the audio is okay or if when he talks, it jacks through my mic or when I talk, it jacks through his mic. But welcome to a practice.
I'll move way over here and I'll
don't do that. Welcome to a practice recap, which should be live on my YouTube channel, my Facebook, my Twitch, Jeff Cavanaugh, and on Dave's YouTube channel, which has now been updated to youtube.com/ Dave Helman?
Dave Helman. Yeah, David Helman on Twitter, Dave Helman on YouTube. It's not confusing at all.
No,
I refuse to.
Can't make up his mind.
I refuse to brand myself.
You just can't make up his mind.
I won't do it.
So you guys are obviously welcome to ask questions. We're going to try to do this every day from our little wonderful hotel room where you just ask us what you want to know about practice, or we'll tell you what we thought about practice. I'm not sure where I put my notebook. So, Dave, if you want to start with anything that jumped out, I got to go get my notebook.
My honest impression, y'all, is, they call it a ramp-up period for a reason. Not a whole hell of a lot happened. Now here comes Jeff to tell me all the reasons why I'm crazy. But, in a shorts and shirts practice, okay. I took notes too, for whatever that's worth. But how juicy would you say any of it was? I'll tell you this. I thought the pass rush looked very nice to me. I thought the pass rush had a nice day. Really, the defense in general looks to be ahead of the offense, which is probably what you would expect. Yeah, I think the DBs are getting their hands on a lot of balls. The pass rush is giving the offensive line a hard time. That's my early impression, Jeffrey.
With the two of you together in a room after training camp, only one question to ask. Top 3 Kendrick tracks. That'd be a Dave question. I couldn't name you 3 Kendrick tracks. God. I'm assuming that's Kendrick Lamar, yes. But I'm terrible with song names and I'm terrible with artists. I know that he's talented.
My favorite ever Kendrick Lamar song is Money Trees. I think it's just an amazing song. It's one of the best guest verses of all time. J-Rock's verse at the end of Money Trees is insane. So I just love it a lot. Hood Politics is really good.
Of course, yes, Hood Politics.
Yeah, you're a big Hood Politics guy. Really, Good Kid, Mad City from beginning to end is one of my favorite albums ever. So that's kind of a cheating answer, but I love every song on there.
Okay, now to the guy who said, please don't go G-bag negative on day 2 of practice. I wasn't even... I don't know. I guess it wouldn't cross my mind on the second day of practice to point out so-and-so sucked today or so-and-so didn't do well. So I'm going to tell you.
If you're doing that, I just feel like you're being a jerk. And that's not saying that everybody had a good day, but again, what are we really seeing from shorts and shirts?
Okay. So I'm just going to give you observations that I made. Dave, you ready for observations?
Go.
These are the only things that, I guess the thing I was most attention to is basically I just want to know how are they going to line up on offense in terms of their skill position players.
Yeah.
And I was really happy that it appears James Washington is going to be the guy who has to line up outside. I say has to because that's the worst place because you just draw a corner and then there's a safety at the top. And CD Lamb was in motion all the time. And CD Lamb was in the slot almost all the time. And he was the move guy. I loved that. Jalen Tolbert played the slot more than Washington. And at times they would run triple receivers to one side, and they would use Dalton Schultz on the other side as an outside guy, which I love. This is a Rams thing. The Rams intentionally send their average ass tight end out wide to see, will you cover him with a corner? And people do. And so now, okay, one corner is covering my tight end. I'm going to send a receiver over there, and one of your corners is going to have to cover that. And then your third corner, well, I still got 2 wide receivers left, and that's why Cooper Kupp ends up covered by linebackers more than any other receiver in football. That is a statistical fact. Pro Football Focus ran the numbers. He, like 28% of the time, he runs a route on a linebacker. So I guess that's what I look for. Not like so-and-so looks great, so-and-so looks terrible. It was more so I like what they're trying to do with CD in terms of he's going to be the guy that they're trying to find a matchup with. And like that's the kind of stuff I guess I'm watching, because before the pads are on, I don't care.
Yeah, I just did you think otherwise? I don't know. I
didn't think otherwise. It was just something that I was hoping I was going to see.
Yeah.
And so like literally that's what I was taking notes on. Is every time the starting 3 receivers were out there, I was like, CD slot again. Check.
No, that's
CD is a
really,
move guy. Check.
That's a really great observation. I just think, you know, it seems like every year, and a thing we love to talk about in the offseason is like everybody's gonna have to move around a little bit more, and everybody's gonna play inside and outside. They did it with Gallup a little bit last year, and that's not to say Michael Gallup can't do that, but the season shows up, and by and large, it seems like guys do what they're good at. And so, like, I expect James Washington to spend most of his time on the outside, which means CeeDee Lamb will be in the slot. So I'm not invalidating what you're saying at all. I think it's a very worthwhile note, but I would hope that they play these guys' strengths.
Mike, a lot of people complaining about microphones now, and if I had to guess, my guess is that our hotel Wi-Fi probably isn't that great.
Oh no, our hotel Wi-Fi is ass.
That would probably not be that great. We can hear you well, just some popping. You know, I'll settle for that.
Hang on,
I'll take that.
I bet I can fix that.
From 2 mic inputs, they should just use Jeff's mic. That'd be a good idea. We could try that.
You think this is a phone line or an internet line?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, maybe we'll troubleshoot this when we're not on the air, but
it doesn't matter. Jeff was clear at the field. Video looks great. Okay, video looks great. Yes, hotel California Wi-Fi. So yeah, like that's the sort of stuff I was looking for. It wasn't anything like is so and so good, but like if you want the names of guys that popped out, where I was like, oh man, he made a bunch of plays today. Like I think Noah good practice. I think Dalton Schultz had a good practice. Dante Fowler I saw showing up as a pass rusher. So like I can give you names of guys I thought had a good practice, but like I'm not going to super praise or super kill anybody when they're running around in shorts and a t-shirt on day 2.
Dalton Schultz is going to catch 110 balls this year as long as he's healthy. That's really
you're going to throw to him so much.
That's really the takeaway. Is just like if the first read's not there, it's like screw it. Dalton's there. Yeah, he looked good. Noah Brown did have a really good practice. He made a couple really sweet catches.
But what about the kickers from Nick in the super chat? I didn't see anyone kick a ball today.
Yeah, I've noticed this with Mike McCarthy. It's pretty standard for Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett practices. He used to have a kicking period like every day, and sometimes the starting kicker would kick, and sometimes they would just fake kick, just so they don't wear the guy's leg out. But they would always go through the mechanics of field goals. And Mike McCarthy just seems like he's got bigger fish to fry, I guess. They have not done a field goal yet at camp. They didn't do a ton during the spring. Maybe that's a fully padded thing. But no kicking yet, and very little kicking in the spring.
Connor McGovern is the starting left guard.
That's not true.
Connor McGovern, when they go do team stuff, he's the first guy that lines up at left guard.
Tyler Smith has played plenty of first team left guard.
Yeah, he's just not the first guy.
I don't.
Connor McGovern's the starter.
How about you're burying the lead? They both kind of had their hands full with these D tackles a little bit.
Not wearing pads yet, man.
That's true. It's true.
That's what, like, if you want offensive and defensive line observations, like I can tell you the very first snap when they were going against each other with full O-line and full D-line that Sam Williams destroyed 76. Aviante Collins. Sam Williams destroyed him on an inside move and drew a hold, and then later on Dante Fowler smoked somebody, and it like, cool, I can say good things about those guys, but offensive line versus defensive line without pads, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I do think the defensive line just looked very active. One thing that I keep an eye on in practice is like how many of the quarterback's passes do I think would get out if he could get hit, you know? And it seems like early on, a lot of the time I'm watching Dak and I'm like, I don't think you're throwing that ball in a game, man. I just don't think you are. That doesn't mean everything, but it's just,
I think he would admit that.
It's something I keep an eye on.
All right, I want to try a experiment, Dave. And the experiment
You want to switch to one mic?
Yeah, I'm going to turn off your mic.
Okay, do it.
Dave is mic 1. I'm going to mute it and pull it down. And we're both going to talk with just this microphone. And you guys are going to tell me if this is better or worse.
This thing seems like it's really powerful. So
it's a good mic. It's a good mic. All right, Dave talking to the mic. I've been talking into the mic.
Can you hear us?
And is this worse or better?
How does this sound to y'all? Worse?
Same. What the? Better. Same. No difference. Still cutting in and out. Mic isn't the problem. Okay, so it's the Wi-Fi. It's probably our Wi-Fi.
We'll work on the Wi-Fi.
I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but we'll try our best. Is there also any other questions from the people? Oh, here we go. What's up, guys? Big fan from Chris in the Super Chat. Congrats, Dave. Chances of seeing Sam and Parsons have a foot race this camp. I'm actually excited about James Washington.
I'm anti-foot race.
Sam Williams does not want to have a foot race with Michael Parsons.
Yeah, I mean I'm anti
hamstring foot race.
Don't hurt your hammy for something that's not football. Like I don't care if the fastest guy on the team. It's not worth somebody being sidelined for a month.
And I am not excited about James Washington, but again, second day of camp, I'll just be hopeful and we'll see.
Sure.
I think Jalen Tolbert looks pretty good. He looks like a pretty smooth operator.
He looks very smooth. I like his routes.
Washington's got a weird receiver build, man. He's got real big legs, and then he's built like a running back, and he's not super fast. And I don't know, like he's a journeyman making $1.1 million. If you get by with him as a starter and he's better than I'm giving him credit for, that would be great. I'm just not expecting a whole lot out of James Washington.
I said this to another beat writer. He's got a weird build. He's stocky and he's got gigantic calves. And I was sitting there watching him. I was like if they wanted to do some running back stuff with a receiver, they should do it with this guy and not CeeDee Lamb. He's stocky and looks like he could pound the rock a little bit. Whereas I just worry he's going to get himself killed when he does that type of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super excited about it, but it's early.
CeeDee is so like he's thin, right? And
yes.
They use him in the slaughter a lot. So like last year, watching him win vertically, and like he averaged like 14 yards a catch, so he's getting chunks of yards, or maybe it's like 15, whatever. It's a good number compared to the other guys in the league that had as many catches as he did. So like he catches a lot of vertical, and I feel like safeties are going to snap him in half, but he gets back up.
Yeah,
he gets back up.
It's not getting smacked by safety. I know y'all are all going to remember this, but he took a carry against Washington.
Oh yeah,
he got decked by like a linebacker or an end, and I just was like, I don't know if he should be doing that a lot.
Vance, just need to ask Stephen Jones, we need $15 million for practice squad players, cap or no cap? Okay, so the Cowboys are one of those teams that they are not as aggressive in free agency and all that stuff as a lot of other teams, and they don't play as many games with the salary cap as a lot of other teams. They have enough money to sign people to help their team if they want. I guess I buy that they're like, we're going to go to camp and see what we have, and if we don't have something, we'll go get it. But you wait so long, and there's not really anything out there, so I don't know what they're going to get that's going to help them.
No, well, there's that, but also, yes, you need a little bit of money to pay the practice squad. Yes, you need a little bit of money in case shit hits the fan later and you need to sign a guy. You don't need $15 million of it. No, I mean, I don't agree with that. And
okay, a lot of people are saying to plug Dave back in, so I'm going to turn you back up.
Most of it you can just roll over.
Dave's going to go back to his mic.
We'll get this figured out,
and we'll see what happens.
I like wearing the headset anyway. It makes me feel like a fighter pilot.
Okay.
Makes me feel cool.
Look like a fighter pilot.
No, I don't.
With Matt let's go. I can't say his name without being like, well, let's go. Getting hurt today is Ball, the only possible swing tackle on the roster. Like, that's one of the ones that bothers the hell out of me, where it's like, dude, you're not ready at swing tackle. You're not ready if a tackle goes down. You're just not. Thank you to Devin in the super chat.
Let's not write Matt off. I mean, he walked off the field. He didn't need like a cart, or he wasn't, he didn't need assistance getting off the field. So we'll see how serious that is. But I did think it was ironic because
isn't it ironic?
All offseason I've been like, why do y'all feel so good about your swing tackles? And one of them got hurt on day one. Yeah, I don't. It's not great, Bob. I mean, they got Josh Ball. Tyler Smith can do it. That's about it. And it was a problem before they got to camp, and it might be a bigger problem, but we'll see what's up with Matt.
Indeed. Anything else? Hold on, let me go to my notes. Do you have anything else, or do I need to go to my notes?
You can go to your notes. I'm just trying to. Receiver things. And we say this every year, but it's true. Like, the receivers are the easiest thing to watch. Like, Noah Brown made a great sideline toe tapping catch today. What'd you think about the new guy, Kevontae Turpin? Should probably talk about him.
Oh yeah, Kevontae Turpin's here.
He's really small.
He's a very small
I understand the irony of me saying that, but I don't play pro football.
He's a very small person. Looks like he can accelerate and move. Mike McCarthy, I felt like, talked about him like he was already their starting kick and punt returner at his press conference this morning. But then everybody seemed to acknowledge that he has to prove he can play NFL receiver. It's going to be the case. And my early returns would be, I didn't get to see a ton of action because he didn't do anything after individual, but I watched them. I don't remember who it was that threw it, but they threw him a deep ball and he did a bad job tracking it and didn't catch it. So the early returns are, he is fast, he is quick. I don't know if he can play NFL wide receiver yet.
See, and everybody says that, and I understand it in premise, but like, if you make 6 receivers active, what else do you need Turpin to do besides field punts and be on kick team when do?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he'll play. If he does those 2 things, if he plays kicks and punts, that's probably, that's 10 to 15 snaps a game. It's not a lot, but you get a lot of versatility out of guys like Sean McCune and Noah Brown. They can do a lot of that stuff. If Noah's your 5th receiver and the guy that you send onto the field, if one of your starters gets hurt, it's probably not amazing, but it's doable. So, like, I don't know. It's probably not ideal, but I feel like you can get away with that.
What about this Houston guy? Heard he snagged one over Boss Man today. I did see that. That's the guy that's wearing number 3.
He did do that.
He made a play.
He made a play. I don't know.
He made a couple of plays.
Again, receivers are the easiest position to evaluate. It's like, did you beat your coverage? Did you catch the ball? It's very easy to watch, whereas like a little bit more nuance goes into the other stuff. So, yeah, he made a great catch. Lots of receivers make great catches during training camp.
The only other thing I would point out is just like information, which is like when they ran their first team defense, Micah Parsons plays linebacker. And when they started doing second team, or maybe they were doing like second and long stuff, they did where Micah Parsons plays the edge, and it was Micah Parsons is your left defensive end, Tank Lawrence is next to him at D tackle, Osa is next to him at D tackle, and Dante Fowler was at right defensive end. So if you're looking for the early returns on like who's their NASCAR package or whatever, that's it. And who's the linebacker that comes in for Parsons when he goes to the edge? Today it was J-Ron Curse, not Jabril Cox.
Think of J-Ron Curse as an extra linebacker, I think.
And then Donovan Wilson and Malik Cook.
I was going to say, my early return, not trying to read too much into it, but like we're going to see a lot of 3 safety looks just like we did last year with Donovan Wilson being this year's Malik Hooker. Like Malik Hooker is now DeMonte Casey. He's your free safety. I think Donovan Wilson's going to come onto the field when J-Ron Curse is doing more of that dime linebacker stuff. Micah Parsons, I just kept thinking of a metronome, like those things that keep track of like tempo. Mm-hmm. Like he just starts over here and goes back. He goes right side, middle, left side, right side, middle, left side. Like he's all over the damn place. But yeah, so wait, you said the NASCAR package is Micah, Tank, Osa, Fowler?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yep. Okay, well, everybody is pointing out many times that the audio is iffy here. So we will experiment throughout the week. Maybe we'll try it from a phone.
We'll get
Maybe
it
we'll
on.
try a lot of different things.
I think
We'll see what happens.
we got an Ethernet port in the room. I'm gonna fiddle around with that and see if we can hardwire the laptop.
Hardwire.
We'll see.
Is it listenable? You know, is it survivable? We'll do our best. We'll try.
Diggs looks good. Anthony Brown and Trayvon Diggs are arguably, I would put them right up at the top of the list of guys who are starting fast. They both, I mean, AB picked off Dak yesterday, and Trayvon has gotten his hands on 2 or 3 passes already. They're fine. They're good.
All right, we are going to Ventura to eat food, and then we're going to the Rudder Room, I think. So thanks for everybody being here. If you're watching on my channel, make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Dave Helman, as he now has enough subscribers that he can change the URL.
Sure do.
So youtube.com/Dave Helman. Thank you to my friends, the Ben and Skin Show on 97.1 The Eagle, for getting me here. You guys are monsters. Thank you to my buddy Ziggy, oneandonlyziggy.com, O-N-E, not the number one. Go get you some kick-ass art from my friend Ziggy on the cheap. Is cheap the wrong word? Like affordable? Cheap sounds like it's like
budget
a
friendly
shitty product. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Budget friendly.
Affordable.
And he's a friend of mine, a friend of the show, a friend of everybody. Oneandonlyziggy.com. Thank you, Ben and Skin. Thank you, Ziggy. And thank you guys, of course, for being here, as we love you. And we will try again tomorrow and see show us some toes. No, we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool.